Hello, I'm Namakau Mkelawai. Welcome to IDC Insights. This is a program that profiles the Industrial Development Corporation's investments and subsidiaries in the group. Now, in previous episodes, we profiled the IDC investments in the agriculture space and also value addition. Now, today, we focus on how you can partner with IDC in the agriculture space. And so we take you to Luswishi district in particular to visit one of our greenfield projects, and that is the Agro Luswishi integrated farm block. 130 kilometers west of Kitwe and also 60 kilometers from Luswishi District Council is where you'll find Agro Luswishi Farm Block. It is also here where you will find an integrated farm block, a greenfield project of the IDC, Agro Luswishi. Here we get to talk to Mr. Lumbeta, who will tell us about this exciting project.
So basically this is an agriculture integrated farm block which will involve crops, livestock, all year-round irrigation, and community resettlement. That means that of the crop section, we will actually aim to produce about 90,000 tons of vegetables per year, and we will also have bananas and avocado plantations. We will have livestock, which will basically be 30,000 broilers and about 90,000 layers, which we hope to produce 25 million eggs per year.
Agro Luswishi is an 8,000 hectares agriculture integrated farm block which involves the development of commercial farms, small-scale commercially oriented family farms, and regional centers providing advanced agriculture services. It will include serviced facilities such as electricity, all year-round irrigation, sewage reticulation, and access roads. The project will be implemented in 3 phases. Phase 1 involves setting up of the base camp and demonstration plots.
For this particular site you are at, it's 45 hectares, which is basically a demonstration project, was phase 1, where we invested $5 million to manufacture this particular pilot project. What you are seeing here is basically one family farm, one private farm with 25 hectares with a center pivot on it, and there is an open area which has got sprinkler irrigation on it, which is about 10 hectares. And that side there, that's what we are calling the base camp, which will be in the main project. That will actually be a logistics center. At the logistics center in the main project, we'll actually have the logistics, of course, where we will be planning how to transport our produce. There will be refrigerated warehouses for all the products that will be off-taking from our farmers. There will be a packing plant for packing the products for export and also for distribution within Zambia. And there will be also a clinic, there will be training facilities for farmers, because we will be training farmers in the best way possible so that they can actually produce what we want and the good quality stuff we want. So this is a base camp which has got 15 modified containers which will serve as offices. They will serve as storerooms. They're actually sleeping quarters, and also clinic and dining facilities.
Having completed Phase 1, IDC is now implementing Phase 2, which involves clearing about 6,000 hectares for the construction of 3 types of developments: Family Farm 1, Family Farm 2, and private farms. Family Farm 1 will comprise 70 by 1 hectare plots each, with a family house, electricity, a greenhouse, irrigation facilities, sewage reticulation, and access roads. Family Farm 2 will comprise 200 by 5 hectare plots each, with electricity, irrigation facilities, and access roads on farm boundaries. And private farms will comprise 10 by 50 hectare plots, each with electricity, 2 by 25 hectare center pivots and access roads on the farm boundaries. Let's start with the family farm 1.
Yeah.
All right. So what is going to happen there? Are you going to provide inputs? What am I supposed to be growing, assuming I take over family farm 1?
All right. When you take over family farm 1, we will go into an agreement where we are going to show you what we think you should grow, because we will be the off-takers and we will obviously be aware of what our customers will be interested in. So we will tell you what we think you should grow, and we will give you the technology to grow them. We'll give you the seeds, we'll also give you the fertilizer, and we will have technical people visiting your farm every so often so that things can't go wrong, and where things are not going right, they can be corrected.
And then let's now zero in on on the type 2, phase 2. What happens there?
Type 2, it is more or less independent. You will probably decide what you want to grow, but we will be off-takers.
So I can grow Chihuahua?
No, I think you'll have to grow what is profitable. And so
like high-value crops or something?
High-value crops, so that we can actually make sure that you are able to earn some profit on the investment you have made.
Taking you back to family farm 1, how can one get involved? How can I buy the family farm? Are you providing any facilities?
Yes, we have actually gone into a memorandum of agreement of understanding with Zambia National Building Society. They will provide a 20-year, up to 20-year mortgage finance. And all you have to do is come to us. We introduce you to National Building Society. If you qualify, they'll give you a mortgage.
In addition to working with the Zambia National Building Society for the provision of mortgages, purchases can be made through appointed estate agents or direct bid to the IDC. Who is eligible to buy a family farm? Is it somebody preferably with a stroke 1 NRC?
No, I think we obviously would like Zambians to come and buy the family farms. That's why we have set up this facility for them to be able to afford from the Zambia National Building Society. So it is really intended for as many Zambians as possible.
You know what I like about the family farm is, what is really interesting is, so meaning I can be in Lusaka, I can have someone here looking after my facility, and then you're saying you're guaranteeing that you have a technical person to ensure that everything else is, working. You provide the inputs and be able to control exactly what is going on. So meaning there's no reason for me to fail, isn't it?
Exactly. There won't be any reason to fail, because we'll be assessing what you are doing every time, very regularly, so that there is no possibility that you can fail. We'll give you the inputs, we'll give you the expertise, we'll train your people, and if you don't yield what we would like you to yield, so that 1, you make profit, 2, we also have the products that we want to sell to our customers, then we'll be worried. So we'll want to make sure that you don't fail.
Some of the objectives of establishing the integrated farm block are to enhance food security locally, import substitution, economic development and job creation, as well as earning of foreign exchange through exports to neighboring countries.
As you know, Zambia is landlocked. Where we are here, we are very close to Congo, so we are targeting Congo as a very big market for us. We also target surrounding countries, or the Zambian, surrounding countries surrounding Zambia. And of course, in import substitution within Zambia itself in the supermarkets.
Any reason why you chose this area?
Yeah, we chose this area because, 1, it is actually underdeveloped, and because of the mandate of IDC is to create wealth, create employment. So we had to come to this area because, 1, there is also a farming block which has been set up by the government. So we have been given space in this area, and we think that will create employment. When the project is completed, we are hoping that it will create about 1,800 direct jobs and about 8,000 indirect jobs. And obviously to bring wealth without any problem.
In order to commercialize agricultural land and exploit its full potential to attain economic diversification and growth, Zambia has allocated a number of farm blocks around the country. IDC's Mulumba Lwatula now explains. Mulumba, the country has farm blocks all around, and IDC has, I think, some farm blocks. Do you see this kind of project being replicated in the farm blocks?
IDC has, as you mentioned, responsibility over 2 farms in 2 farm blocks, here in Agro Luswishi and the other one in Nansanga. The National Farm Block Program obviously is 10 farm blocks around the country. Each of those farm blocks is about 100,000 hectares. IDC here in Luswishi has responsibility for the core venture farm, and Nansanga as well, we have responsibility for the core venture farm. And what we do with the core venture farms is that we play IDC's mandate, which is playing that catalytic role in terms of attracting investment into the project by partnering with either international or local players to partner with us on these projects. But by playing that catalytic role, we're then creating an enabling environment that then brings on other sort of local players who can come in. We can bring on board people who will then take on the family farms, for instance, here, or some of the bigger sized plots of land that we have available.
The IDC is very big on the outgrower scheme. Can you explain more how this actually works?
Sure. So I think the outgrower scheme is one mode of empowering local citizens on some of these projects that we take on. In Zampalm, for instance, in Machinga province, we have an outgrower program that is registered about 400 farmers. And with that, we hope to improve people's livelihoods in some of these rural and remote areas. Similar thing is going to happen here with people who are taking on either the family farm and more, because we will play that role of being the off-taker. So we're guaranteeing offtake for a lot of our farmers, something that a lot of them actually have as a risk when they're undertaking agricultural projects, where maybe a person starts farming and they don't necessarily have a place to sell their goods. And what we do through the outgrower programs is that we guarantee offtake for the farmers, thus improving the livelihoods of the people, and then also putting people in a better position to essentially profit from their investments.
Do you see Zambia actually moving away, especially these outgrower members of the outgrower scheme? Do you actually see us moving away from going into non-traditional kind of produce?
Sure, I think what Agro Luswishi is going to also prove is that we can grow things like avocado here. A lot of times when farming in Zambia, we tend to focus on things like maize, which is our staple. But by introducing different farming methods, by introducing access to implements and access to support programs and extension services through the outgrower programs, we're then improving the productivity of our farmers ultimately. And Zambia could be the breadbasket of the continent. And we believe through the outgrower programs and schemes, that's one step getting us closer to achieving that dream and goal.
You've been on road shows before to try and attract partners, and I know that there are a few big commercial farmers here in Zambia. Is it something that you can do? Are you able to take on local farmers, big commercial farmers, to partner with, or does it have to be international, or do you think you can even just do it alone?
No, I think any great business is about partnerships, right, and collaboration, and we firmly believe that Zambia does also have the capacity to attract, and we have the capacity to attract large-scale local farmers. Here in particular, we've already attracted the interest of quite a number of local farmers who, some of them are actually on site already and making their own investigations so that they can potentially set themselves for success once we start clearing the land and getting the program here going as well. So we do attract and we do play a role in attracting both local and international partners, and we believe through that collaboration we can only do bigger things, bigger and better things.
Mr. Viachi Makombe is one of Zambia's commercial farmers based in Kabwe. Today, he's at Agro Luswishi to see how he can partner with IDC to pilot one of the commercial farms in order to grow his farming business while demonstrating the benefits farmers can enjoy from this new partnership.
As a family, we've been in Kabwe since 1974. I started farming on my own in 2000, and there we farmed all the crops from paprika, marigold, maize, our traditional crops. At the moment, we are soybeans, wheat, and maize. Basically, we'd like to showcase that it's possible to partner with government and in a different field of farming, because most partners with government are not in farming. So we hope that we will be a showcase to show that it's possible to partner with government. And also, it's a new project. It's the good challenges of young farmers like us to get in there and turn the farming enterprise into a business. Would like to make a business case out of it. Here we are looking at running a commercial size farm, which is plus minus 850 hectares to 1,000 hectares, mostly because we would like to produce our traditional grains, like I said. Would like to produce some livestock, but we would also like to move into the rare crops, something like sweet potatoes, look at the beans, look at the butternut in the horticultural sector, improve the onions. All these crops that we are importing from other countries, would like to locally produce them here, because our weather here is perfect. The rainfall here is perfect. It's a new project. We can start everything on a perfect note. Look, we are always looking at new ventures. We have farmed a lot of crops, which some of them have failed because they don't have opportunity. And IDC would like to partner with them in other ventures because of the resource land they've got, the areas, the good areas they've got, plus the new crops that, the same crops that we've got, but make them bigger. Some bananas, some plantations they've got. So I'd like to partner with them in a lot of things and make the cropping bigger. The problem with our traditional farming, we are failing to get into the international market. So we think that IDC, with their strength and their size, they will capture that. So it will be good to get in with them and let them be the off-takers and aggregate with them. Then we got large amounts to actually get into the international market.
Okay. What are the timelines for this project? When do we actually hope to see it fully fledged and running?
Okay, as I've mentioned, we have completed phase 1, which is this pilot project. But the second phase, when it starts, is likely to take 12 months, and from the time it starts, and then 24 months to 36 months for the third final phase. We are expecting the whole project to take 4 years.
Phase 2 of the project is expected to operationalize by the end of Q4 of 2021, and the rest of the phases will be completed by the end of 2023. Well, that's the end of our program. We would like to thank you for watching. Please do visit our website for more information, our Facebook page, or our YouTube channel. Goodbye.